coughing a lot. Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Where are you?
It's me, Jennifer. It's Karen.
Oh, hey. So, actually, I thought maybe, hearing you sounded like you could use some lubrication in there.
I could.
But I'm just back there with the washing machine and stuff. The best I could find was Phoenix Hand Pan Care Hand Pan Oil. But that should work, right, Ron? Okay, so good luck with that. Just in case. And so awesome because I asked Ron for a glass of water, and now I can also
take a bath.
I was thinking get prepped for a sonogram, which you're always kind of looking for a shortcut with things like that. So thanks, Ron. And also, who's new here tonight? Oh my goodness, look how many people. Wow, and can we shift the lights too? Oh wow, so many new people. Wow, that's so exciting. Do we have liability to cover new people, like if their head explodes or?
Only folks who have been here, or is there a liability insurance?
Okay. Okay. So Karen, maybe share the hand pan oil with the new people, just to help them kind of expand. I kind of think about problems a lot, and right now I have a problem with this mic stand. And that's one of my things that I wanted to talk to you all tonight about. Actually, before we get to that, I just want to thank you for coming. It's wonderful to have you all here. Can you turn the lights so I can see them? The lights, we were going to change it so that, just flick that. Yeah, thanks. Okay, now we can start. Okay, great. Now I can see you all. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. All right, so like I was saying, I tend to think about problems a lot. And so I thought I'd make a show to help you in case you have the same problems as I do. And that's why you're here. Yeah. And really, what I learned when I became a coach in my coaching institute 22 years ago is that there's only one problem to life. That's what I learned from my teachers, Gay and Katie Hendricks. They wrote Conscious Loving and over a dozen other books, proof that there is indeed only one problem. So, do you want to know what the problem is?
Yes.
Or just, do you want to suffer? Yes. Okay, how many are for know what the problem is? Raise your hands. Okay, how many for just suffer? Okay, how many want to know what it is and still suffer? I knew you would raise your hand, Robert. Okay, that's great. Okay, the problem is that we put an upper limit on the amount of joy, fun, fulfillment, happiness, flow we let ourselves have. That's it. That's the only problem. We feel good, we feel great, and then something happens. And someone brings us down. Or we bring ourselves down. But that's it. I mean, that's the only problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, so have a great night. The only problem for me is that I upper limit all the time. Yeah, I go to get my eyes checked, and I meet Dr. Brooks, and we bond immediately over the fact that her last name is a B name, just like mine. And actually, we didn't take our spouse's last names. Of course, for me, the rationale is feminist in nature. And for Dr. Brooks, it's because her spouse has a W. No way do I want a W for my last name, says Dr. Brooks. Soul sisters. And so she clicks and switches the magnifiers, and she tells me to read the bottom line, and I'm amazing at it. And then she's like, okay, now read it letter for letter. And up comes VADCT, viaduct, I exclaim, showing off that I can Rorschach the letters into a word that isn't there. No, says Dr. Brooks. Just read it like it is. One time, my friend's name was up there, letter for letter. One time, a-hole. Oh, I say, is your friend's name a-hole? It's going well. Eyes dilated, I'm beamed upstairs to meet with Brian, and he guides me through the frame choices with his confident, queer eye. Oh, it says here, you will need compound lenses, which you have to wear all the time. And then he points on a little sheet of paper to how much it's going to cost. Does that say $380 or one kidney? I don't know. This doesn't seem right to me. I'm starting to freak out. You know, like this is not how I plan things to go at all. You know, I mean, I walked into 4 eyes, and I'm gonna walk out with 4 eyes. Why didn't I see that coming? Probably because, you know, I'm going blind. I'm going blind. I am going blind, and I'm also kind of like shrinking. Hello, everyone. I'm Ruth. Only one problem to life, huh? I guess you never met my cousin Seal. She starts every sentence with, I hate to tell you this. But somehow she manages. Only one problem. What about Nazis? There's more than one of them. On the one hand, you have the inability to have a good time. On the other hand, genocide. I guess it could be close. You remember those guys in Charlottesville? The neo-Nazis? You know how they were going around with the torches saying, Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. Who said we want to carry torches? That was never our thing. If they'd been carrying whitefish salad, we'd have to rumble. But, you know, it's hard to have a good time. It's tricky. You know, there was this lawyer who got this gorgeous new Lexus, you know. And then he was getting out of it, and a truck came along and just clipped the door off, you know. And he's just remiss. And You don't hear that word much. And a police officer comes along and he starts complaining. You see that? You see that? He took off the door. And the officer said, you know, you lawyers, you are so materialistic. Didn't you notice he also took off your left arm? And the lawyer said, oh no, my Rolex! Jokes are important. Sometimes I go out with my friends and the waiter comes over and he says, ladies, is anything all right? A virgin called up her father. Good segue, right? And she says, Daddy, I don't know how to break it to my fourth husband that I'm a virgin. And he said, what are you talking about? You've been married 3 times before. And she said, I know, but my first husband was a psychologist, so he always wanted to have a little chat. And then my second husband was a gynecologist, so he'd always say, let's take a look. And then my third husband was a contractor, so, you know, he'd always say, we're going to get to that tomorrow. Sorry, Robert. But Dad, my fourth husband is a lawyer, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get screwed. So, maybe, you know, there's only one problem, but it looks to me that Jennifer has a lot of problems, wouldn't you say? See ya. I gotta drink some. Yeah, thanks. All right, so, you know, just to clarify about the whole glasses thing, it was just a misunderstanding between Dr. Brooks and Brian. It was resolved, you know, 20 seconds or so, and for me, of course, it was a panic attack. And my poor husband, Michael, who most of you know, and if you want to clap for him, that's adorable. He has to hear these stories all the time, you know, like on a daily basis, multiple stories, texts, problems. And he'll just respond and say, oh, honey, you're so sensitive. Sensitive. That's how he says it with a fake lisp, which I don't find at all patronizing. And you know, it's tricky because at moments like this, I really, really do need some kind of rubber room. And that's how I mostly proceed through life, having these upper limit thoughts. And I think you might too. So I wanted to just kind of help you a little by letting you know how these upper limit thoughts work. So upper limit thoughts are basically all those things that you tell yourself over and over that are just awful about yourself. And they really feel true, but they're not true at all. Can anyone just repeat that back to me just so I make sure you're with me? Anyone?
They're not true at all.
Yes, so say it again, Kim.
They're not true at all.
Right. They feel true, but they're not true. Yeah. So like the way you'll know it's an upper limit thought is that it's the kind of thing that'll make you kind of like want to pick a fight with someone or escalate or hide or get defensive or run away or shut down, you know, all the things that would guarantee you a second date. And upper limit thoughts, they're kind of like, you know, your Aunt Mildred. Only they're permanently installed in your head and you can't kill them. And the thing is, they go on and over and they lead absolutely nowhere. Nowhere, man. Like, I don't know at all. My name is Bill. Hi. I'm a body piercer. At least I think I am. And last year I joined a group for procrastinators. We haven't met yet. I used to be kind of indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. And like a bus station's where a bus stops, and like a train station's where a train stops, and my desk is like a work station. Hi, I'm Bill, and last year I was in an accident. It was so rough, because it was weird because I like crossing the street and like this guy came out of nowhere and like I like stopped in the street and then like I think I might have caused that accident. Wow. Perspective. Anyway, I'm Bill. I always wanted to be a leader, I just didn't know, like, for who? Whom? What? So, like, you read of Mice and Men, and I was like, I always wanted to be a leader of, like, the mice, Like, the mice would, like, rise up, because I don't want to be, like, a leader of men, because, like, the men stuff. But I went to a meeting of men, and then we had to, like, pair off, like, not necessarily to be, like, pairing off, but, like, just to talk. And this guy was like, you do CrossFit? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I don't really. So he was like, let's go to my gym. And I was like, oh, let's go. And he's like, can you press that? And I was like, where? So I was like, you first, man. So he was like, had it out, like he was flying, and it was so cool. And then I tried it, and like when people are like, nailed it. No. Okay, well, if you want to like try some stuff with me, that came out wrong. Anyway, if you want to like hang out or something, I'm always at Tuesdays with Toomey. Do you ever go there? Yeah? Good. And you'll find me, I hang out with the anarchists, because the anarchists are so organized. So, back to you, Jennifer. Okay, thank you, Bill. You can clap for Bill. So, the deal is, it gets even more specific than that, right? Not just are the upper limit thoughts leading us nowhere, but there are actually 4 thoughts that we, like beliefs, that we all have. And we all have at least one of these. And I'm going to tell you what they are. Okay, it's so cool. I need 4 volunteers. And this may be one of the least scarring experiences of participating in a show, because all you have to do is hold up a sign, read it out loud, and hold up the sign, and people will clap for you. So who would like to oh, great, okay. This is great. All right, who would like to be number 1?
I'll be 1.
Oh. It was irresistible. Okay, 1, sorry, 2. Here we go. 3. Anyone else over here? Okay. So we'll just do just like Ron gave you the rehearsal at the beginning of the show. When someone says their issue, you're all just going to clap, okay? So I'm going to just say, okay, I'm going to do issue number 1, da 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 da. All right, so issue number 1, what's your name?
John.
John. Okay, great.
Issue number 1, feeling fundamentally flawed.
So basically, picture Theresa May. Yes, of course, I did fail to get a successful Brexit, and it's because I am fundamentally flawed, and also that's why I wear sad shoes. Okay, great. So that's issue number 1, feeling fundamentally flawed. Number 2, here we go. And your name?
Isabel.
Okay, Isabel, here we go.
The crime about shining.
Well done, well done. So, picture a valley girl. Yeah, I totally made it through high school. And anyone could make it through high school if I had the right support. So don't look at me. Don't look at me. Okay, great, thank you. And issue number 3, yes? And your name?
Angeline, but that's not my real name. But
Excellent, yes. Clap for anonymity, yes.
Yeah. Issue number 3. I can't be successful because then I'll be alone.
Right, well done, well done. So picture Greta Garbo. I want to be alone at all costs. That's all I got for that. Okay, great. And issue number 4, your name, sir?
Jeff.
Huh?
Jeff.
What?
Yes. Number 4, believing success will bring a bigger burden.
Have that one, Jeff? Okay, give him a hand. So, picture Nelson Mandela, I cannot possibly receive this prestigious award. I already have too many awards. If you look on my windowsill and I try to put another award, it will go crashing to the ground. Thank you. Okay, so were the characters that I chose a little too obscure, a little weird, could have been better? See, I'm already upper limiting. Something wrong with me, could have done it better, maybe you don't like me now, maybe you never liked me, that sort of thing. Yeah, and you know what? Sartre said, of course, hell is other people. But not for me. I can have hell all by myself. And I can play all the parts. I start out just trying to have a good writing session with myself, and immediately all these upper limit voices come in, and it's like, oh, I really hope that this show will be better than the last show, Jennifer. The last show was not very good at all. Oh my God, and really, you want it to be good, but not too good? Because you don't want too many people to look at you, or don't look at me, okay? Don't look at me. Another solo show. Again. And the last time that you went on the road, the cat food automatic dispenser malfunctioned. And your cat was forced to eat a cinnamon bun loaf. Not exactly proper feline nutrition, and almost destined to asphyxiate your cat due to the storage in a plastic bag. I'm kind of emotional, I guess. I'm a Taurus with a Cancer moon. Just one of those. Okay, thank you. Yeah, just one of those would make me moody, but having both means I can psychically predict how bad a day I am going to have. And if you don't get that joke, you're just lucky. But basically, I go through life. Most days I'm, trying to just stay at an even keel, and then maybe I get a couple of compliments, appreciations, and I start to feel really good, and then I feel great, and then I freak out. And so I meditate, and then I feel good, and I feel great, and I freak out. So, most of the time I just go straight to freaking out.
That's right. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea. I do. I'm so happy you're all here tonight. It's so good to see you. My name's Wendy. Really good to see you. Yeah. And did everyone get something to eat? I didn't make anything. I should have made something, but I didn't make anything. I just have snacks, If someone wants a snack, anyone want a snack? Oh, you don't even want them? They're not even good enough for you, Diane. What did you say? Oh, she's stuffed. Okay, Diane. See, I know it's not because I made something bad, because I just brought these snacks. I tried to make a cup of tea for my friend the other day. It didn't go too well because, it was a mint tea. And then I put the kettle on the stove, and then it smelled really plasticky. And, that's because, electric kettle. So, anywho, you can just have that there. You can just keep it moving if anyone's hungry. I'm just so sorry. I know I didn't do it right and everything. And I'm sorry I'm late to the show. It took me so long to get here. It's because I was driving and I saw the sign and it said, no entry, do not go in here. This is not an entryway. And so I thought, how bad could that be? And so, I was going up and up and up the ramp, and I got all the way to the top, and guess what? There was no road. No road at all, which, is it's a little rude not to have a road at the top of a ramp, if you ask. I had to go all the way down, backing up down the ramp, It was either that or go forward and kill myself and everyone else. Oh, well. There's always a next time. Thank you.
Okay, so we're just going to get into what to do about these upper limits. And actually, at my institute, they gave us this fabulous piece of paper with 9 things you can do when you find yourself in an upper limit. 9 things. You don't look excited about that. 9 is too much, right? 9 is just, who needs 9? Who needs another thing to do? I don't need another thing to do! You know what? We can just freestyle here. Ron, if we can't freestyle here, where can we freestyle?
I came here for those 9 answers.
Okay, here's another one.
Thank you.
Okay, but we're just gonna do my top few favorite, okay? Yeah. So my top one is to appreciate, just appreciate the thing that's irritating you. Like, for instance, traffic. You could just look at it and be like, it's so cute, and or like if your ex takes up with someone else, just be like, you know what? They're gonna look really good together on their deathbed. Just appreciate them. Appreciate. And then the second thing that I know a lot of people like to do is they like to make a list of what's out of their control. Come on up here, Diane. Come on. You're gonna hold this for me while I make a list of things that are out of control. You could just kind of spot that. All right, so what's out of control? Anyone want to say what's out of control? Sorry, that's out of control. I can't even write out. out of control. So, I just start brainstorming about this kind of thing. So feelings are out of control. Whether everyone likes the show or not is out of control. Getting invited to my sister's birthday party, out of my control, because I don't have a sister. Anything.
That's what I told her.
Thanks, Diane. You're in on a joke against my imaginary sister. That's hysterical.
I have a sister which sometimes you feel like she's not.
Diane's sister is out of control. Anyone else have any issues with anything that they want to list here? Yes.
When my dog,
Yeah. So outrageous barking, which I really do think we should all do right now. I guess people in general, politics, Trump. Yeah. So I make a list like this, and it doesn't really seem to help me. But thank you, Diane. Please give a hand to Diane. I won't tear this one up, but. So when I do that, I feel kind of frustrated. So I figure, you know what? I should get creative, right? Because maybe I just need to get creative. And there was this one time that this guy was in front of my house, and I was with my daughter, and he was raging into his phone, and he was saying, "I'm tired of this shit coming through my fucking phone, And we waited till he just went around the corner, and then we were like, let's style this. So we were like, I'm tired of the shit coming through my fucking phone. I'm tired of the shit coming through my fucking phone. Tired of the shit coming through my fucking phone. I'm tired of the shit coming through my fucking phone. My fucking phone. My fucking phone. I'm tired of the fucking phone. Right? So get creative. You want another one like that? So I was in traffic, and I was so frustrated. I wanted to get to my yoga class, and that was really irritating. And we were on this sort of main street, and I kept thinking, okay, this guy's going so slow, so when my little side street comes up, I'm going to get away from him. And then he didn't turn, like where I wanted him to, and he stayed in front of me, even down this little street that I had to go, and I was so frustrated. So I came up with this song, and I was so looking forward to not being behind you, because I don't like how you drive, I don't like how you drive, and I was so looking forward to not being behind you, because I don't like how you drive, and I don't like how you drive. So those are, I think I'm gonna release the MP3 of those, if you want those for your ringtone. So we've got make a list, be appreciative, get creative, and if all else fails, you can do a do-over. A do-over. Have you ever done a do-over? Well, thank you for asking. Yes, it's me again, Theresa May. I'm back. They voted me off the island, but I found a new one to inhabit. Not really. That's just a bit of a joke. Anyway, it's wonderful to be here with you. But really you're there, and I'm here, but you get the idea. Well, I was spending a lot of time with my granddaughter, because I have a bit more time, and we came into the house, and she dropped her coat on the ground. And I said, pick it up, like a parent. And she looked at me with complete dismay, because she's part of the generation that inherently expects to be treated on the level of an international diplomat. And she said, at my preschool, if we hit an impasse, we do a do-over. And I said, oh really, how do you do that? And she said, well, we have to do it all over. I said, oh, thank you for clarifying. And we went back to the car, got our coats on, seatbelts on, came back in, and this time she hung up her coat. Well done, she told me. And then she gave me a gold star, placed it right here on my chest, or something very sticky that felt like a gold star. But it was a good day. Okay, but thank you. That's it for me. I'm glad I had a chance to do it here. So there, we got all those things. We got a do-over. Anything any of you wish you could do over? Feel free to just shout it out, blurt it out. Yeah. I think I need to hear you say that in the mic.
I have a problem with expiration dates.
Yes. Give him a hand. A problem with expiration dates. Is that because you can't do it over?
When I look for expiration dates on the aloe-treated toilet paper, I have a problem because the aloe isn't mentioned.
There could be multiple expiration dates in the product.
Oh my God, the show has taken a turn I did not anticipate. Okay, I'm going to look at toilet paper in a whole other way. Anyone else have anything they wish they could do over? Sydney, anything you wish you could do over? Karen?
I'm speechless.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything you wish you could do over? Anyone? Are you guys kidding me? You don't want to do something over?
Most of life.
Ah, thank you!
Life.
Thank you, Mark.
Life.
Oh, life. Most of life. Okay, and now can we whittle it down a little bit? We were very specific with the aloe toilet paper, and then we had all of life. And it's hard to kind of create a transition out of those two. Can I do that? Any other things you wish you could do over?
I had this moment with a girlfriend once, and she really got upset with something I said. And it was just never intended to go there, and I wish I could have done that on the over.
Okay, that is so raw, Ron. And amazing. Thank you for sharing that with everyone. And you know what? I think if we could, we would all go back in time just to kind of hang out there with you and say, don't say it. Don't do it.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
It's almost like it doesn't even exist anymore. That's how much love is here for you.
Thank you.
Yes. See, we did it over. Anything else you wish you could do over?
Yeah, I blew up at an 8-year-old kid at the Thanksgiving table, really leveled him. Hadn't said anything, and I just had...
Did he leave after that? Have you not seen him again?
No, I felt terrible, and everybody goes like, he was too loud, don't worry about it, and I felt ashamed for the rest of the meal and the rest of the day. Wish I could do that over.
Huh. Well, sorry about that. So I wonder if there's a way to do it over. I wonder if there's do you know who this 8-year-old is? Or is it just a random 8-year-old?
It's Cindy's nephew.
Oh.
He lives in Schenectady, New York.
Yeah.
Logan.
Yeah.
8-year-old young genius, great kid.
Yeah.
But he got to me.
Yeah. I feel like there's a future here. I feel like this is the beginning of a story and not the end. So there's so many things that we wish we could do over, Amy, did you want to give him any help or counseling on that? Okay, so I was thinking that someone here would say that they wanted to do over the election of 2016. Otherwise known as life and aloe vera toilet paper. Because the 2016 election affected us all in different ways, didn't it? And when it rolled around that he was there in the Oval Office, it was the year of the cock. And there he was. And every day, we just kept feeling sicker and sicker. Like my family, like Michael, me, and our daughter, and everyone was feeling depression and despair, but we had something else going on because we just felt nauseous. luscious. And our asses were itching. And so we looked at each other and we were like, let's go to Cuba for spring break. Which was great. So we go on the plane and Michael insists on putting on the Horse Whisperer. Girl Scarlett Johansson is there on her horse at the beginning of the film, and then the horse gets spooked and she's crushed by the horse, and then the horse darts away into oncoming traffic, and there's, of course, a huge truck, smashes into the horse. The horse's chest is gaping open, and its nose is dislocated and torn. A family film. And Michael, of course, is snoring at this point. And our daughter is quaking in fear. So I put on an Adam Sandler movie, which only scares me. And then she falls asleep. And 20 minutes later, she bolts awake. And she starts screaming, "We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" And it's the part of the flight where everyone is in this delicious, deep sleep, you know? And she's going, "We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" And I do everything I can to shut her up. And I'm like, no. Look at all these people. Look at all these people. See, they're not dead. You know, I say that to comfort her. And the stewardess comes racing down the aisle, and Lily's like, "We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" And the stewardess is like, "Would she like some juice?" I struggle to make the connection between juice and the apocalypse. We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die! I turn Lily to face everyone on the plane, and I point to them and I say, look, every one of these people, if you wake them up, they are going to kill you. And she shut up. So you see, that's a tactic that you could try. And we land in Havana, and we hail a taxi from the Paleolithic era. And we go to our Airbnb, which turns out to be this adorable little place, but it's located right on the highway, and it consists of one pane of glass. So we take turns holding the pane of glass through the night. And Lily looks at me, and she just starts crying. And she says, "My butt is so itchy." And then I get sick in the toilet, and we somehow make it through to the next day. So we go to Old Havana, and it's gorgeous, and there are incredible musicians playing on the street, and it's just incredible, and then I feel so awful. So I go to this really gorgeous hotel, and I say, "Can I just use the bathroom?" And they mistakenly say yes. And I go in, and I proceed to get sick all over the bathroom. And so I go back outside, and I've got poopy pants, and, you know, we're just strolling along, you know, and got these poopy pants, and it's great, it's fine. I mean, ordinarily it would be fine, but then I just keep pooping in my pants every time we walk. So we go back to the Airbnb, and we leave Havana. Within 24 hours, we are out of Havana, and we get back to Philadelphia, and everyone starts feeling a little better, but not really at all. In fact, you know, this started in March, then it becomes April, then it's May, and we're all feeling awful all the time. So I go to the doctor in August, and you know, like how you go to the doctor these days for a group practice, and you know, like they have the roulette wheel at the front where you just kind of, you know, to see who you get that day. Land on red. So I get a sports medicine doctor. You like basketball? Huh. You like football? Huh. You drinking your electrolytes? Huh. Yes, sure, yes. I think you ate something bad. Okay, but every day? And this just keeps going on, and finally it's September. It's September, and I still have this problem. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the the acupuncturist. And the acupuncturist says to me, well, you need to repopulate bacteria. So take Lily's good bacteria and mix it with yours. You have her poop in a container and then add a little water and then inject it into an enema and stick it up your ass. Now let me ask you, who could turn down an opportunity like that? So, to my daughter's credit, she poops in a container for me. And then she starts screaming. And I come running, and in her poop are more worms than you can possibly imagine. So don't even try. And so, I decided not to inject it up my ass. But I was so relieved. I was so excited because I finally had an answer. Worms. Worms. We had worms for most of 2017. Trump was in the Oval Office, so worms felt normal to us. So for us, we like to basically think of 2017 as year of the worm.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Amir. Very wonderful to see you. It's good to see you. I am not an upper limit voice for Jennifer. I am only myself, you see. And I want to say to all of you, how are you? How are you with this bizarre climate we live in now? You know what I mean? I mean, you're good, you're bad, everything. We're all over the place, It's like you can't even ask, how are you? It's a very, very complicated question. You know what I mean? It's like asking you, where will you see yourself in 2 years? Will we even be here in 2 years? Too soon. Okay. No, because I was thinking, because our lives are like an episode of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? And then you have the immigration issue, and it affects me personally, you see. Because, I take the British medical boards, and then I came here, I had to take all the American boards all over again, And I save 20 to 40 people in the hospital every week, and yet I have to defend my right to be here. That's a conundrum. That's a conundrum. It's very complicated, but you know what's coming. We only have this one horse. That is our life. That is our body. You know what I mean? We only have the one horse. Right, Ron? Yes, only one horse. Even if you are an identical twin, each of you get a horse. That is your body. That is your life. Unless, of course, you are a conjoined twin. Then you get, maybe like a partial horse. But no matter what, we have a healthcare system that doesn't work. And here we all are in the Kentucky Derby of our life, going along on our horse. All of us, we are trying our very best in this horse race, and we are looking over, we're like, I like that horse better than my horse. That horse is a lot cuter than my horse. But you can't do that in the middle of the race. You can't get off your horse and berate your own horse. So why do you do that? You can't do that. You have to breathe through these things. You do. You have to breathe. Right? You have to breathe to tune into your innate body wisdom. Because otherwise you're going to ignore things that are so important, like Jennifer did about, the thing in our gut. So, who has overlooked their body wisdom to their own peril? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I just count horses. I didn't anticipate that. I thought maybe 2, But 12 horses all ignore their body wisdom. That is why we have a very weird race in this group. But anyway, you cannot ignore your... does anyone want to tell the story of ignoring your body wisdom much to your own peril? No? Okay, fine. We breathe. Now, everybody, we are going to breathe. Some people do not like to breathe. But if you are going to breathe anyway, why not enjoy it? And I have to say, in the past I've talked about the genitalia when we are talking about breathing. But I don't want to say female is vagina and the male has a testicle because that's a very cisgendered way of looking at things. And so instead what we have to do when we're talking about breathing here in 2019 is just think of this whole area. Think of this area. Think of all the things that you feel in this area. And when I say contract, squeeze it. Okay? Breathe it through the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it off. And contract. Let it go. Breathe in through the right nostril. Go ahead, Sydney. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seal it off. And contract. Let it go. And notice, Don, you can really tune into your body wisdom. It is not possible to ignore it to the same degree when you breathe. Thank you. Yeah. So, if this were a typical kind of self-help seminar or a TED Talk, we'd now talk about the ways that things could go wrong and what we could do and solutions and kind of proceed in a really methodical way. But, I hate outlines. He's laughing because he lives with me. Poor man. And in the 6th grade, we were given an outline booklet, and I had my first panic attack. And I'm not saying that the outline booklet ruined my life. I'm just saying the outline booklet ruins everyone's life. So we are just going to be kind of organic and spontaneous, even more than we have been until this point for the rest of the show. And so hopefully we'll just see where that nets us out. So the most important thing, when you realize you're in an upper limit, you're feeling bad, it's just to open up to positivity, whatever that means to you. So why don't you just shout out things you like to do to feel good? Like one of my last shows, people were like, go hiking in the woods, or, I'm sure Ron has something with his Shruti box that happens. We'll keep it open. Anyone?
Dance.
Oh, yes.
Dance. Shopping.
Music improv.
Sing.
Eat the top of the cupcake, the chocolate cupcake.
Say it again.
Eat the top of the chocolate cupcake.
Amy, did you say something? Sleep. Excellent. Alan?
Checking expiration dates.
Yes, checking expiration dates.
Running 6 miles.
Wow, give her a hand.
And really, one of the... Anyone else want to say? Yes.
Playing with my grandchildren.
Yes, give her a hand. We share a grandchild. But like in whole pieces, not like... Anyway, that sounded weird. So one of the easiest ways to open up to positive attention and energy is to give and receive compliments. So you're going to do that now with each other. So turn to someone, it can be someone you came with or someone you don't know, and just give them a compliment. Anyone at all? All right, and make sure you switch and give the other person a chance as well. All right.
Okay, so, all right, so who survived giving and receiving compliments? All right, and who liked it? Okay, and who would like more? How you doing? You like compliments? You're really hot. Yeah, look at you. You work at Subway? Because I swear you just gave me a foot long, man. You're one hot chick. I like how you're stripping while we're talking. It's like nice foreshadowing. Let me ask you something. You got a mirror in your pocket?
No.
Because I swear I could see myself inside those pants. You get a compliment that good from them? All right, should we keep going here? Let me ask you something. What winks and screws like a tiger? What's your name, Dom? Kim. Yeah. She said Kim. Yeah, he's like, I want to know her name. You know, lining up around the block, Kim. Yeah, Kim, let me ask you something. You got any Italian in you?
No.
You want some? You're so hot. You know, I love that you're blonde, you know, because I love those blonde jokes. You know what I mean? You know? You want a blonde joke, Kim?
Sure.
Oh, you're blonde too. What's your name? Amy. Oh, and you're blonde too. And what's your name? Isn't that amazing how they just offered up their names to me? All right, so we got Kim, Amy, and Pam. So there was this blonde that wanted to work for the streets department, you know? And the road crew manager was like, I'll give her a try. You give her a shot, you know? So we gave her like the paint can, you know, and the paintbrush. And he said, your job is to just, paint the yellow line down the street. So, the first day, guess what, Kim? She did 4 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was more than any of the guys had done. So she was like, this is great. The second day, 2 miles. The third day, 1 mile. So he pulled her aside. He's like, let me ask you something. I was really impressed with, how you started with 4 miles, but now you're just doing 1. Tell me what's going on here. And she said, every day, I get further and further from the paint can. All right, Pam did not like that. Pam resents it. And yet she's laughing. It could be a very interesting date, Pam. Think of the tension. But Kim, definitely we're going out. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We should still all go out together. It'd be interesting. I'm totally going off on a tangent here. But let me just say, it's difficult these days with Me Too and everything, all these guys getting in trouble for, harassing and everything, and all these rich and powerful guys, But I'm not too worried because, I'm not rich or powerful. So, why are you laughing at that? But, I wanted to do it's just weird because, you hear those stories and everything, and it's like everywhere you turn, it's like vagina monologues, everywhere you go. And so I want to do the penis monologues, but then I realized they already have those on Fox News. So. But as a man, I think, kind of oppressed these days, I can't use the word cute to describe shoes, if I want to borrow shoes from my buddy, I can't do it without getting athlete's foot, and then if I'm on a date and I want to pee on a date, I can't sit down like I like to, I gotta stand up if I'm going to pee on a date, and once I pee on a date, she might not go out with me again. It's true. I mean, think of what happened with that girlfriend of yours. Don't judge me. Let me ask you something, Ron. Let me try to stay in character. I think it's too funny. Let me ask you something. Why do Italians wear chains?
Why? Are you asking me why Italians wear chains?
Yeah, Ron. So they know where to stop shaving. See, it's funny, right? It's funny, but you're not allowed to make jokes like that. You're not allowed to do that, because that's like an ethnic slur these days, you know? And it's not right. You're not supposed to do that, you know? And the thing is, I don't like it either. Ethnic slurs is not right, because you should always enunciate. And I like going out with all kinds of women, you know? All kinds of women. I don't discriminate, you know? Every kind of woman is a beautiful woman. Every night of the week, a different woman, perfect, you know? If she got a pulse, we're good to go. She don't, I could still have a good time. You know? That's just like if she fell asleep deeply. You know, I don't need anything more than that. But no, really. But you know what I like? I like when all the ladies have slogans these days, you know? Like darker the berry, sweeter the juice, and like, you know, Viva Zapata. But I got a slogan too. It goes, once you had Danny, you ain't got the same fanny. So if you want another compliment, Kim, Pam I know is already done with me. Amy, I think we're still okay. So if you want that, come right this way. Actually, come any way you like. You know where to find me. Okay. Okay, so we got all these great things. We've got, what do we say? Appreciation, get creative, make a list of what's out of control, breathe, do a do-over, give and receive compliments, open up to positive energy, and of course, you could just play with those voices in your head, which is what I always do. And kind of helps me. So what we're going to do now is, why don't you turn to someone else and just share with them a voice that's in your head, or a voice that you want to make up right now. But just find your upper limit persona, or just a funny voice. Go ahead. You have a minute. All right, and switch so that the other person has a turn. Make sure the other person has a turn. All right. And what are your voices? Let's hear them. Who's willing to share a voice? Let me hear that one again. Sorry.
I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk, you bitch.
Don't be a jerk, you bitch. Don't be a jerk, you bitch. Everyone, don't be a jerk, you bitch. Okay. Yes. Now another one. Anyone? Yeah.
I can't think of anything at all.
I can't think of anything at all.
Don't be a jerk, you bitch.
I can't think of anything at all.
Yes. Anyone?
I shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that. Yes, anyone? I shouldn't have said that again. Yes, and more? Anyone? Yes.
You never listen to me.
You never listen to me. Never listen to me. Anyone? Anyone else? Here's the thing. Some of these voices, it sounds like there are personal issues. But some of them are not our personal issues. Some of them are just the ways that society has oppressed us, and we've just internalized it. Yes, I went to Wesleyan University. Like this voice that I find that snakes her way into me from time to time. Jennifer, she's a strange girl. I listen to whole show. Some say spy. She is ridiculous. But you know, she has so many flaws. So many problems, all these ways she talked to herself that are so stupid. I can do better job than this. Did you have a baby? Do you have a baby?
Yes. Sure.
Yes, sure. Show me your baby.
2.
2 babies? Show me your baby. You have babies? I want to see your babies. You have fur baby? Oh, this is baby. This is big baby. Grown baby. Very beautiful. Baby is so beautiful. Gorgeous baby. Very good job. You take a long time to answer. Who else have picture of baby? Let me see your baby. You show me on your phone. Come, you show me, yes.
This is my baby.
Also with showing and telling and bringing to show baby. I love how you all define baby as grown baby. This is beautiful though. I can see you love your baby. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. You have babies in midriffs. Yes, also big baby. But this is good. Yes, show me this.
Grandbaby.
Grandbaby. This is also good. Okay, let me see more babies. Oh, look at this. This is a beautiful dog with a bandana. I like this baby. Yes, yes. These babies are perfect. I can see. You bringing up another baby for me? Oh, beautiful. All these babies are perfect. Unlike Jennifer. Jennifer have many flaws. Many flaws in the cracks. But you know, this is how the light gets in through the crack. So this is okay, but I prefer this baby. This baby here, grandbaby, so cute, Peter. I like this. So I take these. You know, I borrow them. Some say steal. But I take good care of these. Better than you take care of babies. I take care of babies, just like I take care of your election. All of the red senators I already bought. They all have price, and I take their babies. I take their phone, I take their baby, it's all good. But do you see, because you have these upper limit thoughts, so if you're going to waste all your time in them, I take it from you. Also, you know, what is your name? Yes, I knew this already. Diane, you raise your glasses. Oh, this is a good ploy. I like this. No, I was going to say, I can do eyebrow wax for you. But no haggle, no haggle. Price is price you pay. This is how this works. Thank you. I was driving in the car with my mom recently, and she's 82. Well, she'll be about to turn 82, and I was just marveling how incredible she was. I said, Mommy, there's no one in the world like you. And she teared up, and she said, Honey, thank you so much. But you know, there's really no one in the world like anyone else. And it's true. We are all dominated and oppressed by our upper limit voices, all in our own unique, special way. But if you just start playing with those voices and you play with them enough, your true self is right below it. I like that. I think it works. I guess the way you could say it is there's only one problem that we have personally, the upper limit problem, but we have a lot of societal problems, right, Dr. Rabia? Oh yes, Ruth, I think that's very true. We can breathe and move through these things if we are all a little more connected and listening to our body wisdom. Then I think we stand a chance. Maybe you stand a chance. I'm not sure, but I think everyone could like be in a better, not bitter, better, like heart and head space, you know? And like then we could like do something about like all the societal problems and not just being like our personal problems, just like I'm talking too long about my personal problems right now. And you know, what I gotta say is it would really help if you would go out with me because, you know, the future of the world is riding on it, and hopefully I'll be riding on something soon. One thing's for sure, the show could have been a lot better, and hopefully Jennifer will have a chance to do it over again, unlike I did not have a chance to do Brexit over again.
Oh, no, Theresa May. No, you were great. It was me. I tanked the energy of the show by talking about the ramp. No one liked the ramp. It was me.
Yes. This is what all your upper limit voices are saying to you, but you just keep them going because as long as you are stuck in them, I win. And what is your voice again?
I don't know. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. I can't remember what it is.
I wish I hadn't said that.
I wish I hadn't said that.
You never listen to me.
Listen to me.
So don't you think it's time that you did? I just want to say to all of you, it's a really tricky thing to be in our upper limits, to be stuck, to be lost. But I'm just pledging to all of you that I'm going to do my best to move past my upper limits, and I invite you all to do the same so we can get on with the business of saving the world.